Dillian Whyte is possibly in the best shape of his career going into the Itauma fight. This is very, very interesting, to be honest with you. It's making everything interesting and intriguing. Possibly the best shape of his career. You could say the best shape since the Anthony Joshua fight. I thought he was in pretty good shape going into the Povetkin rematch. But this could be the best shape of his career. We're going to have to wait till we do see more of him throughout fight week, though. But from a photo that he put out earlier on his Instagram, he is looking in pretty bloody good shape here, to be honest with you, Dillian Whyte. He is looking in good shape. He looks ready, to be honest with you. We're not seeing a full body transformation from him in this photo, but you know, we've seen interviews with him on IFL, his face looking a lot slimmer in general. And you can tell already from his upper body, he's looking pretty ripped and ready to go. And you can tell from the look in his eyes as well. He's in very good mental shape going into this fight against Itauma. He knows that he has got a lot to lose. And this is a career-defining fight for him, which he has got to win. And he's got to come in shape if he wants to get into that mix again. If he believes he can try and get into the world title picture again, try and get himself another shot, or just try and get as many big fights as possible, he's got to turn up. He's got to look good. And that is what we are seeing here. We are seeing some very positive signs from Dillian Whyte. And yeah, this is what we've got of the transformations so far overall. But there are more things to see overall. I feel like this photo here tells us a decent amount as well. He's looking in good shape. He's big, but he's in good shape, and I feel like that's clear to see. He's probably still going to weigh in heavier than Itauma, but he's coming in muscle. He's not coming in like a pudding like he was looking like against bloody Tete or Christian Hammer. And his two recent ones, he came in looking like an absolute pudding. And same as the Jermaine Franklin one, but here, he's looking big, he's looking bulky, he's looking good in muscle, to be honest with you. And that's what we want and need to see from Dillian Whyte coming to this fight against Itauma. If he has any chance or any shot of winning this fight, he's got to be in a good mental state. He's got to be in a good physical state. And from what we've been seeing from him, this is what we are getting, and it's very, very good stuff to see, to be honest with you. We got bag work again here from Dillian Whyte, and again, looking in very good shape. It doesn't really look like he's got loads of fat on him at all. It's just pure muscle from Dillian Whyte, and to be honest with you, he's looking good, fairly quick hands on the bag, but the shape he's in as well. This shows he's looking quick on the bag, looking quick, looking slick with his movements. This is promising from Dillian Whyte. This is very promising from him. And, he seems to have that fluidity back to his shots, and that's what he needs going into this fight against Itauma. Proper good fluidity in his shots, quickness in his shots. And that is looking like what we're going to be seeing. He's looking like he's staying consistent in the gym. He hasn't really given loads away, but from what we're seeing, it's very positive stuff. It's a career-defining fight for him. And I don't think Dillian Whyte wants to be seen as the guy, a top-level guy, a big name, that Itauma just goes in there and wrecks. And Dillian Whyte doesn't want to be that name on the resume. He has a lot to lose here, and it's a career-defining fight. In my opinion, people are going to look at Dillian Whyte's career differently if he loses this fight. If Dillian Whyte wins this fight against Itauma, people are going to look at his career very, very, very differently. And he knows this, and we can tell that by the shape that he's looking to come in this fight. And I want to see a good and entertaining fight. And it looks like Dillian Whyte is prepared to give that to us. But again, he could be coming in to try and beat down Itauma, to be honest, and really try and bully him around the ring. And I feel like Dillian Whyte is in a shape where he's going to be heavier than Itauma. He's going to be bigger than Itauma. And I think he's looking like he's in a shape where he's going to be stronger than Itauma. So he's going to be able to outman him. He's going to want to outman him, and he's going to want to show his experience in the ring against Moser Itauma, because that is a key factor of what could win Dillian Whyte the fight. Naturally, he's the bigger man than Moser Itauma, taller, bigger man in general. You know, he's going to need to take the front foot if he wants to win this fight. And I feel like that's the kind of shape he's in. He's going to be able to, he's looking to be in a shape where it's pure muscle, where he's going to look to take Itauma out and possibly go for the knockout here and try, or if anything, just try and beat him down. But this is looking like a really, really, really dangerous version of Dillian Whyte, a really motivated version of Dillian Whyte, which we just haven't seen lately. We just haven't seen that for ages, really. The last time he was properly motivated looked to be against Alexander Povetkin in the rematch. Against Tyson Fury in that world title fight they had at Wembley, it just seemed like he was there for the occasion. He wasn't in the best of shapes. He didn't really do anything in the build-up to the fight whatsoever. And it just didn't look great. Then I feel like against Jermaine Franklin, it seemed like a lot of motivation had been lost from Dillian Whyte. And it just didn't look good against Christian Hammer. The failed drug test didn't look good. Then he came in, beat Tete, but didn't look great in the fight. The legs have looked gone of Dillian Whyte recently, but I feel like a big problem because of why his legs are looking gone is because he can't move because he's so bloody fat and heavy. So I feel like that was probably a big issue for Dillian Whyte, but I don't think that's going to be as much of an issue for him this time. He's looking leaner, so he's going to hope that the legs are underneath him. And I reckon they will be underneath him. Not as, it's not going to be like the Dillian Whyte we saw fight Joseph Parker or Derek Chisora. That's not the Dillian Whyte we're going to see. But I feel like Dillian Whyte can be good enough if he's in good shape, which he is, to beat Moser Itauma at this point in Itauma's career. Itauma's probably going to go on and do much better things than what Dillian Whyte has. But in my opinion, I think Dillian Whyte will beat Moser Itauma. I said in my prediction video, I'm still thinking it could be a knockout, it could be a decision. But I honestly do think, from what we're seeing from Dillian Whyte, he will win this fight against Moser Itauma. And I feel like he's going to use his experience, he's going to use his strength, he's going to use his power. It's a really intriguing fight, but Dillian Whyte's really looking up for it. So I'm really hyped.